Rawr, I'm a lion. I'm feeling very luscious. There's a lot of body going on. This is just brushed. I could not be bothered, nor am I ever bothered to do my hair. So I thought we could do a fun little holiday festive makeup tutorial. I am going to film a video of my top red lipsticks for the festive season, and we're going to use one of them today in a whole makeup look. And this is going to have a fragrance that suits this makeup look at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Or if you can't be bothered, it'll be linked in the description box down below if you're just too tempted to find out what it is. But yeah, that's something that I'm new that I'm doing, is I'm matching my perfume to my makeup look. What do we think? Do we like it? Because, you know, makeup looks have a vibe, just like fragrance has a vibe, a moment, an event, a feeling, just like fragrance, in my opinion. That's why I love makeup, and that's why I love fragrance, because it makes you feel something, you know? Feel it. Get it out of my face, and we're gonna look really hot for the next 20 minutes. Hey. Okay, so I brought out some tried and trues, and then I've also brought out some Shop My Stash. So we've got a mixture of things that I just want to use up, and then products that I'm like, this is perfect for this look. So I am rambling, but I'm gonna put on this Cicapair color correcting treatment, and this is gonna be like my primer basically. But I find this to be just really moisturizing at the same time. It's not just color correcting. It feels nice on the skin. And then, because we're going a little bit seasonal glam, I've got my Mecca Max Blur Stick. Blend that in a little, but it doesn't need a lot of blending. It's very smooth. You can barely even feel it. Like, it doesn't feel thick. It's a very thin formula. I love that it's in a stick. Oh, just love it. Let's do eyes first. I just want to get it out of the way, and I forgot all my brushes, so let me go get that. So I bought two palettes, and I just don't know which one I want to use, because this one is going to be definitely more warmer tone. This is the Mercier, sorry, by ABH. So I'll be focusing on the warmer and pinkier tones. And then the other palette I have, I just can't make a decision, is the BYS Noosa palette. This is new to me, and I was kind of wanting to play with it, but I also don't know how well it's going to perform. So I would be sticking to these kind of tones, like very light. I was even thinking maybe just a straight up matte look. I think I want to go Mercier. I want to go a little bit warm. I want to go warm, and I'm really kind of wanting to use this shade here. I think this would look really pretty as it's a bit of like a topper shade. It's quite, I'll show you. It's quite sheer, like it doesn't really, see how that reflects? It looks really beautiful on the eye, but it doesn't look amazing in a swatch. It's one of those kind of products. I actually might use the Noosa palette. It doesn't have a light shade in the Mercier, that's what it's missing. So I might use this shade here, just kind of all over the lid. I do like to do that, just to take that, just to even that skin tone on my eyelid. So I would love to know, am I gonna upload this on Christmas Day? Maybe Christmas Eve I might upload this. I don't know when I'm going to upload this. I need to strategically think about that. I do, because this is a pre-film. Okay, so I just quickly did my brows off the camera, obviously, because here I am with eyebrows and you don't see it, okay? So what I was wanting to talk about, I get very distracted very easily, can you tell? For Christmas, I am not celebrating Christmas on Christmas Day with my family, because my grandparents are going up to see my cousins who live at the tippity top of the tip of Queensland. So they're going there. So we're celebrating Christmas a few days earlier than that, which is fine. Still celebrating, just not on the day. I'm gonna go in with OG. I don't understand the difference here. I think one is the tiniest bit redder toned, but That's about it. I don't know why they're both in there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm doing not a crazy eye look because I'm gonna have red lips. And I don't know if you guys know this, but it's one of my favorite looks. I've done it quite a few times on my channel, the red lip flawless skin look, but it is the perfect holiday season look. So, you know, I don't make the rules here. And so they're going there for Christmas. Have the borders even opened? I haven't been watching the news. My grandparents haven't said anything, so I'm guessing that it's still all a go ahead. I think they were gonna open the borders the week before Christmas, just to add to the chaos. So on Christmas Day, I will be doing nothing and just chilling at home. Are you guys jealous? I'm just using the BB 202 from Beauty Bay. I'm really, really enjoying their brushes. A lot. Look how easy that blended. Am I going with 1988? Just a little bit here. And this is the Real Techniques Base Shadow Brush. I'm kind of just tapping that. And then I'm very lightly touching to blend. I was thinking there's not going to be a light enough shade, but this shade Wasted, it's like a satin kind of finish, which is okay for what I want it for. I'm going to just lighten this up. And we're not doing a cut crease, but I'm kind of trying to make that look with this lighter shade. Does that make sense? So there is a bit of shimmer in it. It's very subtle. When I first got this palette, I kind of bought it for the shimmers, and then I realized they were two pressed glitters, and I was like, what? But I'm kind of getting used to the palette. At first I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna use this, but the more I use it, the more I'm kind of like, okay, it's actually quite user-friendly. I think I'm just used to, because I'm so fair, I'm used to working with really light shades. And these are just a little bit deeper, which is not a problem. But I just have to think about what I'm doing, you know? Which is a good thing, actually, because it means that I'm trying different things. But see how that still does the purpose that I'm looking for. I was thinking I needed a matte light shade, but it's soft enough that it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go in with that original brush that I had and just make sure that it's nice and blended here, and then just go over this. So I didn't add any product to this brush. I'm just blending so it all looks seamless. Okay, and then with that same, I'm gonna go in with Barb. This was an Urban Decay one that came with the honey palette, but I think it's a really good multi-purpose brush. And then I'm going to, this would probably be even nicer with a bit of setting spray or a bit of glitter glue. But I do want a very soft glitter topper. I don't want anything intense. You know what this reminds me of? It's not the same, it's like not the same. But did you watch the Adele special with her One Night Only concept? Did you look at her eye makeup? Her eye shape was made for eyeshadow. I cannot emulate her eyeshadow look because my eye shape is just not like that. But she had this beautiful, very slight shimmer, like a translucent topper, like what I'm putting on now, on her eyelid, and it looked just like this. It reminds me of it. And it was so beautiful. I remember every time she closed her eyes, I was like, what are you wearing? Give me the dates now. It was so subtle. Only a makeup lover would have noticed. I'm not gonna finish the eye until after I do the rest of my makeup. So let's continue. I'll probably end up doing a wing, let's be real. Okay, we've done primer. For foundation, I'm doing the ye old, trying to finish up this foundation. So, and I've still got the tiniest bit of tint from my tan. It's not a lot. So I'm gonna mix it in with my Makeup Forever Reboot in shade R208, because it's probably a bit dark, but mixing it will make it great. And that's what I'm gonna do. But just go with a really nice flawless foundation that you own. Ooh. And it doesn't pump anymore, so I have to scoop out of the bottle because it's a thick consistency and the stopper doesn't pick it up. How's that? That's pretty good color actually. I did good. And this Reboot foundation is like a sheer dewy finish, and it just makes the two, when they're blended, so nice. And I'm trying to finish the Reboot because it's getting a bit old. So it's a bit too light, which is why I still have it, is because it's a very fair shade. But now that I'm mixing it in, I'm getting more use out of it because it's beautiful. I love it. It's one of my favorite foundations. But you know, when you got too many foundations, some get lost. And I can really only wear it in winter when I'm like translucent. All right, my concealer is the Too Faced Multi-Sculpting Concealer in Swan. I always want to say Snow, but it's Swan. And I'm just doing a little bit of this because it's very full coverage. And very light. I kind of just dot. And this is another product I'm trying to finish, but it is also a very good product. Very full coverage. And I like the way it blends out with a sponge specifically. That little bit of moisture makes it. Anything that's a bit too matte, using a sponge just brings a little bit of life back into the skin. All right, let's get into it. I want to know what your holiday traditions are. Traditions can be as silly and minor. I don't mean like you all go Christmas caroling, you know, through the streets, because that's what I do. So what I do on Christmas Day, this is what I did as a kid. And so, you know, those traditions carry on to when you have children. This will be the first Christmas, I think, that Ivy really understands the day. Like, she's starting to cotton on to Santa Claus, because there's a Santa Claus, a big blow-up Santa Claus on our street. It's out the front of someone's house, and she likes that. I don't think she really understands it. I'm not someone that's gonna, like, really push the whole Santa Claus thing on her. I mean, I used to believe in Santa Claus, but I think she's just still young enough where she's just not really sure. It's a whole big concept, so I'm sure she'll learn about it at school. I call it school, but it's daycare, but I just say school because she's later learn, so same thing. So yes, wake up in the morning, full breakfast. Oh, there's a big day. Actually, I usually don't have dinner. So I'm gonna go in with my usual contour kit, Anastasia contour shade. But we're not using any of the powders, just the contour for this today. Maybe I will try. I'm gonna try this brush. I haven't used this brush with it. It is the BB 105. When I say BB, it's Beauty Bay. Anyway, so wake up in the morning. I don't bother, if she doesn't know what Christmas is yet, I haven't really bothered with the Christmas sack. I used to get a Christmas sack on the end of my door every year. Loved it. Used to get up at like 4 or 5 a.m, knock on my brother's door, and then we'd go through our sack together. Honestly, it was probably the best part of Christmas because it's that first moment and you get all these like really insignificant little gifts. I used to get like hair scrunchies, candy cane, you know, just like little things like that. So I probably will do it with Ivy. Should I do it this year? Maybe I should. I think she'd really enjoy that. Then we have a full breakfast. So hash browns, bacon and eggs, mimosas for the adults. Oh, we've got to do mimosas. Oh, I love a good mimosa. As a family, we used to do it on a barbecue. I have a barbecue. I mean, technically I could do it. We'll see. Actually, because Christmas Day, we're just at home, maybe we should do that. Maybe I'll suggest that to Vinny. That could be fun. If it's not raining. It's supposed to be a very wet summer. Do the full breakfast, relax, open some presents at home. That is just from Santa and Mum and Dad. So me, all me as the gift purchaser. And then we would usually go over to my nan and pops around midday. They live on the water. It's very nice. So we usually have champagne, some licorice all sorts, some cherries, some like little nibblies, and have a little chat. And then we open presents. It's the same every year. Now that I think about it, like this, like this same routine I've been doing for the past 32 years. I mean, I love it, like there's no complaints, but like every detail is exactly the same. There is no diversion. I mean, one year we went on a cruise for Christmas with like the whole family, because I have cousins in country New South Wales and Queensland. So one year we all met on a cruise. That was fun. But generally it's been the same. Then we open our presents and gift to each other. So Nan, Pop, my brother, my mum, and then us, all of us. So it's a small gathering, which I like. I come from a small family, and Vinny's family is in Nigeria, so he has no family here in Australia, which is quite unfortunate. So then I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier special occasion translucent, and I use my Laura Mercier powder puff. I've used this once before, so it looks really dirty, but I've only used it once. And this is what makes this not dry looking. This, whenever I sell this at work, I recommend this not just to upsell, but it truly is the gift of powder. If you want to make powder look like it actually makes your skin look flawless and blurred, you need the powder puff, and it's a really good powder puff. I mean, you don't have to get this one. It's not crazy expensive. I think it's like around the $25 mark. So you press it in there and then you kind of go like this. So it's all in there and it's not like heavy on there. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna press. So just make sure we're good. And then I press in. No swiping, okay? You hear me? Pressing only. And that's going to give you that beautiful blurred flawless effect. I save my powder puff for special occasions. So this is a special occasion. And the trick with Laura Mercier is you don't need a lot of the powder. You don't need a lot. And I think that's where a lot of people say it's really cakey. When I first bought this, I didn't know that and I hated it. I thought it was really cakey. But then I realized I was using it wrong. I usually use a brush day to day just because it's, you know, a bit quicker. But the powder puff method is phenomenal. I do highly recommend it. Okay, then we want bronzer. We've got my Nabla Skin Bronzing in Umbra. Love it. Been really loving this one. And this is my BB 101, my new favorite bronzing brush. It is phenomenal. And I'm using this bronzer because it has a really nice tone to match my eyeshadow. It's very neutral, maybe a little bit more on the warmer side, but not too warm. It's lovely. It's a really lovely bronzer. It's quickly becoming a favorite of mine. It took me a while to get it. I know I'm a little bit late on the bandwagon there, but I'm here and I love it. And then after we do presents, we go have the food. Now, this is the most important part of the day. In Australia, most of you are watching this Australian, so this is not news to you. But if you're not from Australia, we have summertime at Christmas because we are Northern Hemisphere. That's not a surprise. We are Southern Hemisphere, not Northern. Whew. And so it's usually very hot. So we don't do the big hot cocoa, eggnog, turkey. We don't do any of that. We do salads and seafood and cold ham off the bone. Since I've been married to Vinny, or since I've been with Vinny, we bring his traditional food, which is jollof rice, which is a party food, something that you bring to a party or an event. So it's like a tomato-based rice with Nigerian spices. So we bring that. And then my mum comes from the south coast and drives up and gets the seafood. And the seafood we get is prawns, oysters, and crab, and balmain bugs if they're good, or any bug if they're good. So we go hard on the seafood. And then we always have a leg of ham, bread rolls, and a salad. And chicken. Because Vinny doesn't really eat seafood, so Nan always brings chicken as well. And we just sit by the water eating seafood. It's very luxurious, I'm not gonna lie. It's a good Christmas. It's a good time. So that's that. Okay, so with blush, I brought two. I bought my Hourglass Diffused Heat. I thought that could be cute. Or if I wanted to go really soft, I brought the Balm Beach, which is very neutral. I think we're gonna go neutral. And we're gonna go the balm because we've got a red lip. Can't go too heavy, guys. All right. I've got my BB 104 beautiful cheek brush. And this is just a really subtle, yeah, I think that's nice. Just a really subtle blush. I love this blush. And then we just keep eating. And that is it. And then, oh my God, that's not it. I haven't even gotten to the exciting part. Oh my God, how embarrassing. So then we have a cool off moment. Meanwhile, this whole time, Ivy will not sleep. Ivy doesn't sleep. Muna will probably sleep the whole time. They're two different children, I tell you, two different children. We'll continue having a chat, have a rest. And then this whole time in the boiler has been the Christmas pudding. Now that is one thing that we do that is very British, but it's come over to Australia as the white people came to Australia, so did some of the traditions, and Christmas pudding is one of them. So my mum's neighbor, my mum used to always make the pudding, but she doesn't anymore. And I don't have the right climate for it. It's too hot. Every time I've tried to make it, it's gone moldy. Because, you know, Christmas pudding is supposed to be in a cold, dark environment, like underground. But in Australia, it is hot and humid. It's hard to pull off a pudding. So mum's neighbor, he's in his 90s, and every year he makes a batch of Christmas puddings and mum gets one of them. And so mum brings this beautiful, and it's really good. It's really good. Homemade Christmas pudding with your custard, your cream, and your ice cream. We do the trifecta in this family. And also, not every year, but usually Nan makes a pavlova. So she buys the base and then puts cream and fruit on top. And if you don't know what a pavlova is, just research it. And we're not going to get into the great debate if it was from New Zealand or from Australia. We're not going to get into that. Right, highlighter. This is a brand new highlighter. I bought this yesterday. Revlon Skin Lights in Daybreak. And this is supposed to be a dupe for the Amrezy highlighter from ABH. Oh my God, Amrezy. And I'm actually going to use a fan brush, which I never do, but it's not being used. It's untouched. BB 106. Look at me telling you brushes. I never do that. Look at me being professional. So if you can hear that, it's raining, it's stormy, and it's really overcast. So if you can hear that, I do apologize. So yes, leave down in the comments your family tradition and what it's all based around. Ours is food, as it, you know. But let me know if you come from a different country, or even if you're Australian and you do a different spread. Please let me know, because actually I have friends who don't do seafood at Christmas, and I'm like, are you even Australian? They do the turkey. Not the turkey, like chicken. Chicken. You can have chicken any time of the year. And Australian seafood is the best seafood in the world, in my opinion. I mean, you got the Mediterranean, but other than the Mediterranean, Australia is where it's at, okay? You cannot tell me otherwise. So on Christmas Day, I don't usually wear red lipstick. I'll be honest with you. I would do this look to a Christmas event, but not Christmas Day because I'm eating seafood. I will do an eye look and a nude lip because I'm getting messy. I'm getting all up in there. I'm gonna be smelling like seafood. So with my eyes, I'm going to, I wanted to do a little bit of finishing powder. I'm glad I remembered before I did my eyes. This is the Dior Face and Body Powder No Powder in the shade Zero Neutral. I'm just gonna dust this over my face. I've been trying to kind of learn how to use this. And I think I can't use this as a setting powder. I think this is gonna be more of a finishing powder because it does get a bit cakey when I try and do it as a setting powder. So let's see how this looks before I continue with my eyes. Okay, I like to do my setting spray before I do my eyes. The fear inside of me of doing mascara and then setting spray and it all just smudging, it's too much for me to bear, so I like to do this first. This is a L'Oreal Shake and Glow. It gives a really nice luminescence. Otherwise, I like Fix Plus. And then I'm not gonna do under my lash line. I am going to just do eyeliner, which is my NARS Climax liquid eyeliner. And something that I learned that I didn't know, but here, see how it looks normal there, and then you go to the side and it's really flat. How cool is that? That's for precision. So I'm gonna use the flat side to be really thin here. It's a really nice eyeliner, I quite like it. It's really nice and pigmented without being too runny. You know how some are too runny, so it makes it hard to use? So this is pigmented. It feels really easy to use. Now that I know that little trick. Okay, so I just used the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit mascara, which I really like. And now we're gonna go in with the lips. Now, I have all of these lips. Now I tend to, when I wear red lips, my favorite way to wear red lipstick is in liquid lipstick form. This is my, it's a bit dirty, my Christmas lip that I usually wear. It's one of the only metallics that I like. It's the Lime Crime Red Hot Liquid Lipstick. And if you're not new here, you know I love Lime Crime liquid lipsticks. So this one has a little bit of shimmer. It's a little bit metallic, but it's very Christmassy. So we're gonna wear this today, and we're going to line my lips with the Morphe Minna. Especially if you're going to a party and you're drinking and not eating, a liquid lipstick is perfect because red can get messy. Unless that's what you want. It's been so long since I've worn this, but I can still smell the vanilla as I put it on. They smell so good. Yes, oh my gosh. The holiday season has arrived. Okay. That is the look. Should we do a little scanny? Ta-da! What do we think? This is such a go-to look for me. I love red lipstick, and the fact that red lipstick is a go-to for the holiday season is a truly match made in heaven, in my opinion. So the perfume that I have chosen for this look and this mood, we are going to go Maison Francis Kurkdjian Grand Soir. Love it. So this has notes of labdanum, tonka, vanilla, amber, and benzoin. Oh, it's so cozy and comforting. It's definitely an amber perfume, and amber is the new term for oriental, if you're not aware. Sometimes it's got it's a very vanilla nighttime for me. It's a very deep, sexy vanilla with that tonka really coming through. I will link it down below if you want to see more about it. I'll link it to Mecca's website because Mecca still puts in the notes and everything. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Happy holidays!